this life that I lived took me everywhere. There ain't no place I ain't never gone. But it's kinda like they say that you heard so many times, well, there just ain't no place like home. Alright, enough of that. Welcome back to a rather different video. I'm not doing a tone tutorial tonight, but I do have one coming out later this week. This is going to be all about using an acoustic guitar with a Katana, which there are very few videos of on YouTube. This is about the acoustic experience. You know it has an acoustic setting, but do you use it for acoustic? You can, and you can use all the goodness in Tone Studio to make your tone even better. Let's jump into Tone Studio and take a look. So over here on the left in my channels, you'll see I have got about 6 acoustic patches already ready, and we're just going to kind of go through them. And you can download this whole live set from Boss Tone Studio, Boss Tone Exchange if you want. And I've got a clean acoustic, a phase acoustic, you can guess what that is, chorus delay, octave acoustic, a little dirty, and trem verb. So let's just start with a clean acoustic. That's what I was just using to do this old classic Skynyrd song. And it's just a simple clean acoustic. Now, I do have a light compressor on there to kind of level things out. Over on the effects, I'm using the acoustic processor, and it's got 4 different acoustic processors: small, medium, bright, and power. I do like the medium, but on this one I use the small, and you can play with the bass, the mids, treble, the presence, and the level on it, and the middle frequency. See, we're listening to the small one right now. So on the small and the medium, you can hear a subtle difference. So when you get over to the bright, it just takes a whole lot out of it, and it just focuses more on the treble. And then the power, it kind of muffles it out a bit, adds a lot more body to it. But I like the medium or the small the best. I think they sound the best. Let me tell you how I'm recording all this. Instead of doing line out into my DI like I normally do, I've got an SM57 over here mic'd up to the amp because I think it sounds better that way. So I've got that mic'd up a little off center, a couple centimeters away from the front of the amp, probably about 1.5 inches if we want to talk imperial, maybe not quite that far. And I've got that plugged into my interface, and that's how we're recording it. And I'm probably catching some of the acoustic guitar up here. But if you're going to record like this, I highly suggest you get yourself one of these feedback busters. It's a rubber tone hole cover. And this is a Epiphone Dove Pro. And this is a great guitar. It's got a Fishman pickup inside it. The only pain in the ass about it is the battery's up inside it, as well as a tone and volume control. And that's what the pickup is. So if you have to change the battery, you got to reach in there. It's a little pouch. It's a really stupid design, but it is what it is. I do have another electric acoustic over there. It's a Dean, and it costs about half as much as this, and it probably sounds just as good, maybe if not better, unplugged. So I'm just going to put that out there. So now that you know everything about my whole life, let's talk a little more about this. So on the effects, I got the AC process, the acoustic processor, and I do have just a modulate delay just to kind of layer it just a little bit. And I don't have a delay too, but on the reverb, I got just the hall reverb going on, and these are just some things you can play with. I'm not going to go through all these settings and tell you what to do. That's going to be totally up to you when it totally comes down to it. I said totally twice, no, 3 times now. I am so disorganized tonight. And I've got it on modern cabinet resonance for this one. I've got the presence turned up, but you can see what settings I have on here. This isn't really a tone tutorial. This is just an overview of what you can do with the acoustic guitar and how you can make it sound. I have used the Katana. I might have been using the 50 at the time acoustically in church, and it sounded really good. And it reverberates really nice throughout the sanctuary. So yes, with all the devil music, the heathen hair metal and stuff like that I do like playing, I do go to church. So over on the EQ, of course, I'm using a parametric EQ, and I just played around with it. That's all you can really do sometimes. Just play around with it and see what works for you. I don't even have a noise. Oh, I do have a noise suppressor on here. I guess it doesn't matter if I turn it on or off. It must have already been on. But that's definitely something you want to think about if you're playing with or without a sound hole and with a lot of volume, because you might need that noise suppressor. Let's move over this phase acoustic. This one sounds nice. You just add a little phaser to your tone. And I'm still using the regular acoustic. I haven't even gotten the variation yet. I will a little later. The chain, I just put the boost right here before that one. And the mod, I've got a chorus going on. A little chorus. And then the phaser. And it just adds a nice feel to it. Little chorus, little phase. Let's see what we got here. It just sounds really cool. It'd be a nice complement to recording a song, maybe in the background with another acoustic. But yeah, add a phaser in there. You can add just about anything. You know what we got here. You got a ton of stuff, and I got an octave over there. We'll go over that. Pitch shifter and harmonist. Let's do the harmony. Okay, let's put it on one voice. Let's put it in unison. Turn things down just a hair. Ooh. That sounds nice. I like that harmonist. And the reverb on that one, I just used a modulate reverb. And that probably helps with that harmonist too. Goes well with it. So you can add a phaser in there to any acoustic, and it sounds really nice. We'll play with that harmonist. That was fun. I like that. And some of the stuff I'm doing on the fly, if you watch the David Allen Co. cover that I did about a week and a half ago, I think I just used a clean acoustic on that one too. Now, a chorus and delay. Of course, we got a chorus and delay on this one. I've got the regular chorus going on. Adding chorus to an acoustic tone is always nice. And then the delay, I've got just a modular going on here. And over here, acoustic. This just adds an octave acoustic to it. Over here, I've got a compressor on there, but over here, I've got the octave on. I've got the level at 42, range 1. If you start turning it up too much, let me turn it up too much and I'll show you what it sounds like. That octave's all over the place. But if you turn it down into the lower spectrum of it, it's there. Octave's always fun to play with. A flanger with an acoustic. That sounds actually kind of cool. I'm doing a whole lot of experimenting here. When I made these patches, I didn't go as far as trying all the flangers and stuff like that. So yeah, you got all sorts of stuff you can play with. Let's move on to the little dirty, because I like this one, because sometimes you need a little dirt in your acoustic. On this one, I did use the variation. And I've got just natural overdrive, just turned up a bit. Just gives it a little dirt to it. Let's check out this trem verb. This is just a tremolo and a reverb. Tremolo. Just a subtle tremolo. That always sounds good with an acoustic guitar. A slow acoustic guitar. And then reverb, I just put a spring reverb in there. You can play with it. You can crank that haul up. with the contour a little bit too. Turn it on. Ooh. I think that's going to wrap it up. This video has been all about just pretty much experimenting. A lot of the stuff I learned on the Katana was through experimentation. It was through watching a lot of other videos as well, but a lot of it was just playing around and finding out what worked and what sounded good and what didn't. And I'm still learning every day. So I highly encourage you, if you're not a person that likes Tone Studio because it just seems like too much, just take a couple hours every now and then and just dive into it and feel your way around it and get used to it, and you'll find that it just opens up a whole new world of your Katana because you're very limited to what you got on the panel, and there's just way too much in the Katana that you can use that you might not be. I don't know where I was going with that. Use the Tone Studio. That's what I'm getting at. Anyway, if you liked this video, hit that like button. If you didn't, I totally understand because I'm kind of all over the place on this. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. This isn't the best example of a video I have that would make you want to subscribe. But if you feel it was, hey, I appreciate it. Till next time.